my name is Valerie, and today I'm going to be sharing a book that celebrates and talks and discusses about standing up for one another, even if you had no part in it, but you still need to go with the movement and speak up for yourself and for others. And also about how if a lot of people join a movement, then the impact is very big.
Read with Val. Read on, have fun, and dream big.
This book is called All American Boys, and it is a New York Times bestseller by Jason Reynolds and Brandon Kiely. And it is a realistic fiction book that has current events in it. It's also won the Walter Award and the Coretta King Award. It says peace, nonviolence, social change, and brotherhood here. It was recommended to me by my former library teacher, who during the book fair he said this was an amazing book, and it really sparked my interest. So without him, I wouldn't have picked up this book by myself. But it's so amazing. The storyline is amazing, and you can see how it relates to current events right now. And this book has two main characters, Rashad and Quinn. And Rashad is African American and Quinn is white. And so Rashad, how it started all is Rashad accidentally trips over a white lady in a convenience store, and the cop is in the store, even though it was the lady's fault first, and the lady's super kind. Rashad gets blamed for, quote, stealing, because it looks like he stole from the shop, but he actually was trying to help and didn't do anything wrong at all. And the cop sees this white older lady and Rashad, who is an African American, and his style to the cop is seen as quote, like gang and hood style. But that's just how that's just his style and what he likes to wear. And Rashad told him repeatedly, a bunch of times, that it wasn't him and he didn't do anything wrong. But the cop keeps hitting him and punching him and beating him up. And Rashad, as a product of that, Rashad needs to go to the hospital for multiple days. And it has sparked a bunch of curiosity and a lot of fighting and taking sides, whether it was the cop's fault, he was just doing his job, or whether it was Rashad's fault. And that is the first main character. And the second main character is Quinn. And Quinn is the same grade as Rashad. And his best friend's older brother is named Paul. And Paul was the one that beat up Rashad. Quinn and Rashad don't really associate much. They're in the same school, in the same grade, but they're not super close. They're not even friends. They both know of each other because they're in the same grade. And Quinn saw Paul beat up Rashad, and he sees this in real life, and he can't stop thinking about it because Paul basically raised him. He has spent a lot of time with his best friend, Paul's younger brother, and so seeing that happen really changed his perspective in a way that even if things appear a certain way, it doesn't mean they are. Like Paul, he was very kind, even though he was tough on Quinn. He was always like a father figure to him. And seeing Paul just unfairly just beat up Rashad really changes his attitude and his look to the world. And Quinn needs to choose which side he's on. Of course, he has some bias. Well, he doesn't have a bias. He has a reason to be biased because his his best friend's older brother was the one side of the whole entire situation. But he needs to choose because he saw it with his own eyes. He knows that it wasn't right. He needs to choose whether to like publicly go against Rashad or publicly go against the cop, because either way, if he speaks his emotions towards and his feelings and opinions towards this entire situation, then he'll get backlash and comments from both sides. Since like I said, his best friend's brother was one side of the story, he is expected to join that side, but he knows it was wrong, and Quinn takes action and speaks up for Rashad. And it represents both of them in a very tough situation, speaking up for themselves and for others, and knowing that justice isn't just going to, it's just not given, and you have to fight for it. I can relate this with current events, Black Lives Matter, just with things that are happening still. And this book, I think, was supposed to take place this time or a little before this time, and it just it voices a deeper meaning and a deeper lesson because of how racism is still affecting many, many lives and many people, and how that just needs to completely stop. We need to speak up for those who have been hurt and because of racism. I hope everyone enjoys this book as much as I do. I loved it so much because of all those reasons. It connects with current events. It teaches you a lot of meanings, and the storyline is so amazing. And I would recommend this book to kids between the ages 10 through 13. Remember to read on, have fun, and dream big. See you soon. Bye.